Good afternoon and welcome to Surge Equestrian League 2026 May edition. I'm Diane Penny.
And I'm Dhruv Futnani, and we are bringing you the action live from Surge Stable, Bengaluru. The next event will be the Medium Tour, Day 2. Who are you looking forward to, Diane?
Well, got to be said, our eyes are definitely going to be on Neil Kendall. He had a clear round yesterday and took away podium finish. So let's see if he can do it again today.
Absolutely, and the heights have gone up. The course is definitely more technical. Should be a close competition. Should be really exciting. Let's get it started.
Let's go. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, going through the flyby with our drone as our support, taking on fence number 1, which is the first fence in this competition, the yellow and blue oxer, kind of in the middle of the arena, and then taking a big swooping right turn to fence number 2. Following on from 2, we continue on tight turn fence number 3, the yellow and black, and then a tight turn to the left, going in front of our grandstand for fence number 4. Following through there to fence number 5, in an area that was tricky for some riders this morning as it is facing the warm-up area, but hopefully we'll have no issues this afternoon as we take a turn round to the left, doing a combination of the 6A and B, almost a black and white. The fences in the middle of the arena. Then following through, taking the right turn, staying nice and long over fence number 2, going through fence number 7 right in front of the judges box, and then into a right turn into a double combination of the 8A and B purple and white fences. We're then going to make a right turn into the red and white obstacle fence number 9, following through to a related distance to fence 10, down to the bottom corner and taking a left turn quite tight if we can get it right, otherwise we will take an extended turn on that one to fence number 11, which is the black, red and white oxer, and then a turn over to the right hand side, doing our final fence, the butterfly number 12. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our course for our medium tour this afternoon on day 2.
And for the attention of all the participants, this competition will be conducted under Table A. It will be against the clock, so the riders will have to set a fast time. The time allowed is 84 seconds. And of course, this wonderful course designed by Mr. Sharif Gorab, all the way from Egypt, who's joined us now for the May Surge Equestrian League.
Yes, and our officials this afternoon, we have support in our warm-up area. Shadwa coming and joining us also from Egypt. And of course, our judges in the judges box, we have Colonel Javier Singh representing India and Bushra Hassabi representing Morocco.
And the riders are all warming up now, getting ready for the Medium Tour Day 2. It's going to be an exciting event because it's a speed class. The riders with equal penalties will be decided based on their time, the faster riders being placed higher. But of course, the goal is to complete the course in the time allowed with the minimum number of penalties. We will certainly have a few clear rounds. In my estimate, we have some really good riders and horses, a total of 11 entries in this competition. And I think we had 4 clear rounds yesterday, so it should be pretty close. We had a different competition set up yesterday with the 2-phase, so a different style of competition today, but it's still going to be a competition of speed. So you will see the riders keeping a good momentum and trying to cut on the turns as much as possible.
Yes, but the course today is definitely a more technical course. Yesterday seemed to be quite what we as a more simple course, but actually caused quite a few questions and difficulties to our riders. Today's layout is definitely more interesting, and I'm sure the riders will be out there having walked the course with a game plan in mind before they start coming in here this afternoon to tackle on what they have in front of them.
Yeah, there are plenty of opportunities to make up ground in this course. The turns from 2 to 3 look quite interesting. 3 to 4 is also quite a tight turn, so the riders who really have their horses in control, and a handy horse would be really beneficial in this competition. And of course, the big opportunities to cut the turns would come from 10 to 11, another place where the riders have the option of going around some of the fences or making a really sharp turn and cutting the lines. But overall, with 12 fences, it's definitely a test of the horse's fitness and, of course, the rider's ability to focus, because I think with the quality of riders that we have in this competition, if a rider wants to be placed, they would definitely be looking for a clear round.
Yes, and while we wait for our first rider to join us, just another thank you to all of our sponsors who continue to support Surge Equestrian League throughout the 2026 season. So mention here to Mantena Group, Sky Jets, ABI Attachments, Flip My Horse TV, Divis, TRM, and of course Equine Nutrients, all supporting us and continuing to ensure that Surge Stables can continue putting on competitions of this quality for the riders to progress their careers as they move through the ranks.
And the first rider in the arena would be Basavraju on Quintani. You can see him warming up over there, the beautiful grey. One of the top horses in South India, has been very, very consistent. In the last few shows, was a little unlucky yesterday, but he showed his class in the April competition, was a winner in that show, and I'm sure he's going to be looking for the gold today. He's going in first, so he doesn't have the advantage of seeing what the other riders are going to be doing, but he's going to come in with a very clear mind, and I think Basavraju has been riding for years and years, so going in first will not bother him at all. So let's see what kind of benchmark he can set. I'm sure he'll be happy only if he has a clear round, but that will really put the pressure on the other riders. So kicking things off will be Basavraju on Quintani, followed by Nitin Gupta on Leonardo and Nikolay on Campari. So starting off with probably the 3 most experienced show jumpers at our competition. They will get the ball rolling in the medium tour day 2.
And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Our first rider is now in the arena, and he has given his salute to the judges, and we wait for their signal to commence this round.
This is going to be very interesting because there are plenty of options for the riders to cut their turns and take a few risks.
And well set up there for fence number 1. It is an oxer on the first jump. It's always a big question to ask our riders and our horses, but he did that one very well.
Absolutely. That's jump number 1 going towards the grandstand with people moving around a little bit. It is a challenge. The turn to 3 to 4 was executed really well. That is a difficult turn. So he's on point for the moment.
Yes, and he has chosen to take the outside line coming into this combination at 6A and B, and beautifully done through that, but does take a more inside turn coming into fence number 7.
I think that was important because he really had his horse in control, had an awkward takeoff, but he's still keeping the fences up through the combination at 8. 4 strides between 9 and 10. This is another opportunity to make up some ground between 10 and 11. Beautifully done.
Little rattle there on the front pole on fence number 11, but it has stayed up and the final fence stays clear. Well done to Basavraju and Quintani in a time of 72.28, setting our first clear round for the afternoon.
I think that was a fabulous round. He had a few moments over there. You said a little rattle on 11, but that was a big rattle. But lucky for him, that was the front pole. It stayed in place. So he's put a lot of pressure on the riders who are coming in next. And if there's one rider who is not affected by pressure, I can tell you that is Nitin Gupta on Leonardo.
And a big smile there from Nitin as he starts his round this afternoon. And he's quite a steady rider. He does like to just make sure that he encourages the horses as he goes round. And I'm sure we'll see that out there today again.
Starts off well. I don't think he's going to push too much for the time. I think having a clear round would be the first thing on his mind. And giving the horse ample space. Yeah, he's taking the longer route between 3 and 4. That's a really tricky turn. If somebody cuts that turn, I think they'll be in a lot of trouble. But he set it up beautifully.
And now taking the outside turn as he comes into the 6AB combination. And opting for the outside turn here into fence number 7.
Yeah, when you see Nitin and Leonardo working together, it's almost like they can read each other's minds. They've been working together for quite a while and working together really well.
And unfortunately dropping the back pole there on fence number 9.
Just broke into a trot on that turn, so he lost a bit of momentum. So he's picked up 4 penalties, but he will, by the looks of it, he may have a few time penalties too. He's approaching the last fence. Over the last one, clear on 12. So 4 jumping penalties and a few time penalties. The judges will let us know. So a total of 11 penalties for Nitin Gupta on Leonardo. And next in the arena is Nikolay Campari, representing the Embassy International Riding School. Campari, one of the younger horses in this competition, doing a fabulous job. Had a nice round yesterday. Going to be looking to build on that confidence.
Yes, Nikolay is known to us as bringing in his young horses, and he does really try to encourage them and give them the opportunity to compete in different areas and different grounds. So it's always nice to see him back competing when he does.
Knocks down the front part of the oxer at 4, so he's got 4 penalties on the board.
And taking the inside line there after fence 6 to our fence number 7. And a bit of hesitation there, and the back pole on 7 does go down.
Yeah, so he's got a total of 12 penalties now. He's had 3 fences down. Picks up another 4 penalties at jump number 10. So 2 fences to go. The big oxer at 11 coming up. Looks like he should be okay on time. But the fences down are certainly going to add to his penalties. We wait for the judges. Yes, 16 penalties for Nikolay and Campari.
Yes, and they competed that time 75.68. So off the leader at the moment, and obviously with those penalties, certainly not in the top of our leaderboard. But next in, we welcome Geethika Tikkisetty. She's riding Chiranza in head collar number 5, representing Surge Stables.
She's been one of the consistent performers at the Surge Equestrian League, placed 4th yesterday on the same horse in the medium tour. So she's definitely in it with the chance, needs a little bit of luck. And the thing I really like about this horse is he's moving forward, which is what you need in a speed class.
Yes, and she's quite a positive rider herself, and he just seems to be a very nice horse for her to ride, very much in tune with each other's thoughts and way of riding. So it is lovely. She has taken the outside there to fence number 6, and obviously that's to set up for this combination going through A and B.
Nicely done. It's a tight one stride, and you come up on a quick turn to jump number 7. So well ridden.
Fortunately, we've dropped the back fence here on fence number 7, and again another fence on the combination of 8B.
She's got 2 fences down already. So 8 penalties in the bag. Getting a little bit flat through the related distance between 9 and 10. So she had plenty of momentum, but nicely over 11. 1 jump to go for Geethika on Chiranza. Completes the round nicely. So 12 penalties, 3 fences down. Looks like the time was okay. So certainly the more technical course is catching some of the riders off guard. And normally when you have the first rider going clear, you always have a feeling that the course is pretty simple. So actually tells you what a nice round Basu did on Quintani.
Yes, and she completed her course there in a time of 71.97. So within the time, but obviously with those additional penalties on the jumps. So next in the arena, we have Prithiv Krishna riding Pharrell. Now, he came in yesterday in podium position of 2nd place. So I'm sure he will also be out there today to see if he can take away another podium finish.
Absolutely. I think they've been really consistent. They've done well. A little bit of luck. And he will win the gold. But he's doing a good job. I think he's riding his turns. He's not being overly aggressive. He will probably have to do that towards the end of the course. But so really setting it up well for this horse.
Taking the inside line there. Catching his horse a little bit short, but has managed to recover. And opting then to take a wider turn for fence number 7.
Yeah, he put in a little half stride at the bottom of 6B. Managed to survive. He's still going. So yeah, a lot of the time if the rider is really positive and going, the horse will find a way through. A little unlucky there. That was the slightest of taps with the front legs, and the pole goes down. So he has 4 penalties. He's still going to be in the placings if he can keep the fences up. The time looks perfectly fine. Nicely done.
And in a time there for 73.27.
4 penalties for Prithiv Krishna on Pharrell. So we still have only 1 clear round, which was the first rider, Basavraju on Quintani. And we have only 1 more rider with 4 penalties. That's Prithiv Krishna on Pharrell. So next we have Neil Kendall on Sandra Blue, yesterday's winner. He won 2 of the events yesterday, the medium as well as the big tour. So he's definitely on a high. Let's see if he can keep that winning momentum going today.
And taking there an inside line towards fence number 2, giving us a wider turn now for fence 3.
That was very nicely ridden. You could see the angle from 1 to 2, made the turn to 3 even better. over jump number 5.
And again, electing for the inside turn, prepping.
Oh, Sandra Blue had a little moment of hesitation there in the combination. You jump into that combination with an oxer. So had a little bit of a thought. Does it nicely on the second attempt. Looking for the big stride. Getting it.
And clear through combination at 8A and B.
He's going to have a fabulous time. I know that for sure. He's got to be a little bit careful because he has one fence down. Oh, sorry, one refusal.
And we knew he was going to go for the inside turn on the 10 to 11, and he has done it. And now looking for final fence. Went a little wide on that one, but has managed to clear the final fence.
So even with that refusal, he still ends up with a fabulous time. But 69.99 for Neil Kendall on Sandra Blue.
And he'll be disappointed with that, but it was a good time. And let's see what the remainder of our riders think of that and what they will do in adjusting any of their course ideas. But here we have our next rider in the arena.
Yeah, that almost looked like that moment of hesitation before the combination just put the horse off. If that was a single fence, he could have probably pushed through. But entering a combination, you really need to have some momentum going for you. So Dishant Anil, the next rider on Kanjo. He was placed 3rd yesterday. Definitely looking to go 1 or 2 places higher today.
And we can already see the difference in the paces here. Much more smooth and taking more of a turn as he approaches the beginning of this course.
Got pretty close to jump number 3. Found a way out. So this horse definitely has a long stride. So as long as he doesn't get too close to the fences, he's definitely a very clean show jumper.
And giving him lots of space to prepare for each of these fences. So very big berth taken there into fences 6A and B, but clear, and also clear on fence number 7. Seems almost effortless out there. He's just flying through the air.
The slightest of taps on the back element of jump number 9 and it goes down. So the safety cup's really doing their job. Unfortunately, that would be 4 penalties. That was a very, very nicely ridden round by Dishant Anil on Kanjo. Really kept the momentum going. Very, very smooth. Lovely round to watch.
Just waiting for the final times to be confirmed by our judges for Dishant and Kanjo. And back in the arena, we welcome Hiba Gabriel with Freezing Rain, representing FRS. And as always, Freezing Rain is making his entrance, but he does have some character and we do love it.
I don't think we had any freezing rain at Surge in the last couple of days, but there were parts of Bengaluru which definitely had freezing rain.
I think we have our course director out there just checking on one of the fences before the judges can give Hiba the bell to begin her round.
Yep, I think the waiting time in the arena is what gets this horse really hyped up. But once he's moving, he has all the talent in the world. So jump number 1 made it look easy. Got to be a little careful when he really picks up a lot of momentum. Tends to get a little bit flat. Using all of the arena over there from 3 to 4. Nicely done. Approaching the combination at 6.
Yes, and really using the ground of the arena to prepare freezing rain for each one of these questions that he has to answer. And I think yesterday it was one of those cases where he did get a bit flat at one of the fences, and she was quite unfortunate with that. But
So has element 8A of the combination down. 4 penalties on the board. And took a stride out over there, but once again gets a little bit flat and takes down the pole with his front legs.
and lots of positioning there for Hiba, trying to get him back before element number 11, but has cleared the last 2 fences in this course in a time of 76.16, with, I believe, the 4 penalties. Oh, 8. Just double checking with the judges, and yes, perhaps 8 penalties for Hiba and freezing rain.
And next in the arena, we have Sresht Mantena on Lazareff, representing the home team, third stable. Getting ready for action and waiting for the judge's bell. I don't see any other riders in the warm-up, so maybe he's the last one in.
And you can see the nice steady pace Sresht is taking into his first fence, and opting to play it safe going into fence number 2.
So I'm sure he's looking for the clear round. That would definitely put him in the top 2 places. He's got to be a little bit careful about the time. So this event is run at 350 meters per minute.
Yes, so we are looking for a magic time of 84 seconds or under, and of course keeping a clear round. So far through 6A and B combination, looking very confident and steady, and approaching fence number 7.
It's lucky on jump number 7. Hold stays up. Nicely done over 8A and 8B. Just a handful of fences to go for Sresht on Lazareff. He waited really nicely between the 2 jumps between 9 and 10.
Taking the small turn there into fence number 11.
Just a little tap with the back legs over there. And completes the round. So 1 fence down, so 4 penalties. Made it in time. So we have 1 more rider at 4 penalties. And they will look at the time to decide the placings, because this is against the clock. We have Prathik Raj on Major entering the arena. It was at serial number 6.
And here we go into fence number 1, and very well taken.
Yeah, this is interesting because the first 3 fences are all on the right rein, and then there's a sharp turn on the left side. So many of the riders getting a little unbalanced, but they've all made it through jump number 4. I thought it would give them a few more headaches, but that seemed to be one of the easier jumps this course.
And he did take the inside line there for fence 6 and A and B, and has cleared it. Very nicely done. And now heading for fence number 7 in front of the judges box.
Nicely done. He's in it with a chance. And just as I say that, unfortunately 8A goes down.
and cleared there through 9 and 10, taking the inside turn there for fence number 11.
Nicely over 11. One fence to go for Prathik Raj on Major. Oh, got very close to that fence. So, knocks off the top pole. So, he's completed the round. I think he had 2 fences down. So, 8 jumping penalties. The time looks fabulous. So, that's not going to be a problem.
Yes, and we're just going to wait for the judges to go through their final scores and results. Oh, look, we have one more rider.
I think that's Eera Shreeharsha on Holli TH. She's definitely part of this competition.
She is indeed coming in now on Holli TH, yes, representing URB. Eera had a difficult ride yesterday, and let's hope that today will be a better one for her. So looking good out there already, fences 1 and 2. It looks like she's deciding to play safe, taking the wider line and angles into these fences, really using up her arena.
And it's such a beautiful show jumper. The horse has her ears pricked in front, has a nice bouncy stride with plenty of suspension. So exactly what you'd be looking for in a top show jumping horse. She's riding her really smoothly through the turns, so that definitely helps the horse to see the distance.
Yes, and a little correction coming off fence AB into 7, but well done, and unfortunately taking down the 8B obstacle, so that's 4 jumping penalties at the moment.
I think jump number 10 has been quite difficult for many of the riders because they come in with a lot of momentum, they're reaching the end of their course, and it's quite an easy fence to drop. So that's the second fence she has down. Nicely over the last one. So 2 fences down, the time looks okay.
So it looks like Basavraju definitely set the pace for this class this afternoon, and giving us a nice clear round, but just waiting for the final judges' results to come through. And as we watch our course designer go back out on course to start setting up for our next class, we will just entertain ourselves with the highlights of the medium tour day 2. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen, our winners for the medium tour day 2. Prathik Raj on Major come in 6th place.
In 5th place, we have Sresht Mantena on Lazareff.
4th place went to Dishant Anil on Kanjo.
In 3rd place, Prithiv Krishna on Pharrell.
Neil Kendall on Sandra Blue took 2nd spot this afternoon.
And with a fabulous clear round, the winner of today's competition, Basavraju on Quintani.
Congratulations to all of our winners. We are just waiting for the new course to be set up for our small tour, and we will be back with you shortly.